Alright boys, welcome back to another video. Of course, we're talking about the Knicks as we do every single day. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss my future uploads. I post daily on the Knicks. I've been a fan my whole life. I feel good about the team. As good as I have all season long. As good as I have in a long time. I mean, right now, you've got to understand that the Knicks are tied with the Nets for the 5th seed. Now, technically, they have the tiebreaker. So we are the 6th seed. But again, we have 35 wins. They have 26 losses. So we're tied for the 5th seed right now. And we're only 3 games out of the 4th seed. I mean, if we get the 4th seed, guys, that would mean home court advantage in the first round. Think about that. The New York Knicks with home court advantage in the first round. I feel like we can beat anyone. Now, of course, this season wasn't about like winning a championship or making a deep playoff run. It was about developing players, which we certainly have done. I mean, you're looking at Emmanuel quickly, who legit has become one of the best six-mans in the league. He's one of our best defenders. I think he's our 3rd best defender. Our best is McBride. Mitch is our 2nd, and then IQ is our 3rd. Now, statistically speaking, of course, bringing in Josh Hart, who defends, who scores, who has high energy. RJ Barrett, I wouldn't say I'm an RJ hater. I want RJ to succeed. Like, I don't sit there, with a mean look on my face, like RJ at 25. Like, no, like I want RJ to do well. He's on my team. Last night, RJ was fantastic. I mean, the way he was catching and shooting, it looked so smooth. He was driving to the basket. One of the best games on the season for RJ. I mean, give or take, he did do it against the Pels team that is 7-17 without Zion Williamson, but still, the Pelicans team that is, basically they're tied for what, the 7th seed, so they're a playoff, play-in level team, and the Knicks they were too much for them. We were scoring early on, we didn't stop, and then defensively. Yeah, Brandon Ingram, 7 of 22. You hold him to that, you're doing something right. Not many teams can have claimed to have held Ingram to 7 of 22 from the field. CJ McCollum also goes 6 of 19. Yeah, thankfully for the Pels, Josh Richardson showed up. Valanciunas showed up with a double-double. Trey Murphy, but because if it wasn't for that, I mean, this legitimately could have been a 40-point loss. It was bad. It was ugly for the Pels, but, for the Knicks' sake, they are in a great position. They just have to keep pushing forward. That's why you saw me after the win against the Wizards, kind of be like, man, what's up with that? Like, it takes 46 from Randall to win this game. I know that the Knicks can lose 3 or 4 in a row. They can. Even though I feel this is the best I felt and I shouldn't feel that way, like, you have to realize who is upcoming for the Knicks. Boston, Brooklyn, Miami. Oh yeah, and then Boston again. The Knicks could lose 4 in a row. Will they? Probably not. We might even win like 3 of those 4. I'd take 3 or 4 any single day of the week. I'm not trying to win 10, 12 games in a row. Of course, I mean, I'd love that, but I'm being realistic here. I mean, Boston, Brooklyn, and Boston again to go with Miami. Those are 3 legit playoff teams. If we can go 3 and 4 in that stretch, I'd be ecstatic. And then after that, you've got the Hornets, who are bad. Don't get me wrong, but LaMelo Ball. If you don't fully focus on that game, LaMelo single-handedly is gonna make it at least close. And then if they can get production from a guy like a Terry Rozier or Gordon Hayward, they're trash. I'm being real. I'm kind of gassing them up too hard because I've got LaMelo in fantasy and just bought his new shoe. But the Kings, Clippers, there's some tough games coming up for the Knicks. The question that I have is just, can they keep getting better? And that means that defensively knocking down threes, not turning it over. Can the Knicks play 4 good quarters of basketball? To me, they can. I do believe in the Knicks team. I don't think we're getting out of the second round. I'm pretty confident we'll win in the first round, unless even if I don't even if we're better on the road. If we're the 5th seed or the 4th seed, we will be getting out of the first round. I don't think Cleveland's going to be able to beat us just because Randall and Brunson is just so tough to match up against, and then with Mitch and then IQ and Hart, like the Cavs definitely have more star power and firepower, but I know what the Knicks are capable of. Let me back up. Sorry about the noise, guys. I do know what we're capable of, and that is just truly just the Knicks have played just some great basketball this season. They've also had some bad stretches, but the Knicks at their best legitimately, and I know you could say that for any team like at their best, but you look at the best stretches of the Knicks this season, and legitimately they look like a team that can make a run in the East, and that's without a superstar. You look at the Cavs, they have Mitchell and Garland. I don't know if you guys would consider them a superstar. I don't think they're really super. I think a superstar is probably like Durant and Tatum, those type of players. And the Knicks, they have a couple of all-star level players, and Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, but they don't really have that like go-to guy. Brunson would be a number 2 option on a championship team. Sucks that the Mavs It didn't retain him. Sucks for them. Not great for us because we got him. But Brunson would be fantastic if we had a number one option on this team, and then we had Brunson and then Randall, RJ. I mean, that's what we need. That's why we're being patient. We've got our picks. We don't have a max free agency slot, and I don't really think there's a free agent that would really make too much sense for the Knicks regardless, because I don't even know who's in the class. I'm trying to think. Like James Harden technically, but he's not a superstar anymore. I love James Harden in New York. I don't really think he's what we need, because I don't know how that would even work with RJ, Harden, and Brunson. I mean, would Brunson move to like the 2 and then Harden would play the 1? That would be just ridiculous. How would you defend Harden and Brunson, bro, in a backcourt? It's kind of crazy to think about. But we're not getting Harden, obviously, but it's either Houston or Philly. But KP, isn't he a free agent? I don't think KP's coming back. I don't know. KP can shoot, and he definitely is a good player, but I don't know. That's crazy to say. Is it crazy to say you'd rather have Mitch than KP? I think that might be crazy, but no, I don't know. Let me know. Is that a horrible take? I just like Mitch's defense and rebounding, and he doesn't need the ball, which is great. Like Mitch can score 2 points and legitimately still be the best player on the court. I don't think you can say that about KP, right? I mean, KP's a good defender and stuff, but I don't know. Mitch hasn't been able to stay healthy. That's a horrible take, probably. I just like Mitch. I don't know. I dislike KP and I like Mitch. Let's just put it that way. And I'm happy to have Mitch any day. But just the next like couple of weeks is just gonna be big for the Knicks, because if you think about it, maybe another horrible take. I've already done one, right? So let me do 2. If the Knicks enter the postseason red hot, can they truly come out of the East? Is that a thing? I feel like that's in baseball or maybe football. I don't know. I don't think in because like basketball, the best team is probably winning the series. Like the Knicks could win like 15 games in a row down the stretch and still lose in the playoffs. Like there's no doubt about it. Just looking at Milwaukee and Boston, I don't know, man. In Philly, I feel like the Knicks can beat them. It's just gonna come down to Tatum and then Embiid, right, and Giannis. Like they have that superstar, we don't. But like at the same time, if Brunson and Randall outscore their superstar, can't we win the series? Like if Giannis has 35, but Brunson has 26, Randall has 28. That's something that I'm trying to think about. But also, Middleton, Holiday. I don't know. I just want to read the comments in this video. I wanted to check in with you guys, give you a little bit of a, because I'm yawning, it's late here. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of an update on where I'm feeling. Now, I'm pretty inconsistent with my titles because, I might, I'm saying right now, this is the best I felt about the Knicks all season. But if they lose to the Celtics tomorrow night without Brown, what do you even say about that? It's just that's why I'm hoping that the Knicks just stay consistent and play hard. If the Knicks lose, please let it be, because they're playing good defense, but the other team couldn't miss, and the Knicks were not turning. I just don't want the Knicks to have any sloppy losses. Just go out there and give it their all and defend, get open looks, and Coach Tibb with the rotations. If IQ or Hart is the guy, Grimes, and go with them, right? And RJ hasn't been playing down the stretch of games, which is fine. Maybe get Obi in more. I feel like he can really help us. But yeah, it's been a long day, guys, to say the least. It's about 10 p.m. Eastern right now. So when you guys are listening to this, assuming you clicked on it relatively right away or relatively soon. But yeah, peace.